Woo, woo, woo.
Daymen, fighter of the night men, champion of the sun, master of karate and friendship for everyone. Daymen. Oh, good old, there's nothing like a good It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia reference.
I mean, Timothée Chalamet.
Is that what you were doing? Is that what
Dayman?
What? I get it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Nice.
That's good job, Timothée.
Why yellow, though?
Why? Yes, that's not yellow. What it is, I love yellow, but the color when you're wearing it, you have to be very strategic.
Yes.
As to,
you know what white girl pulled off yellow really well? Kate, not Kate Winslet, Kate Hudson,
and
and
that was a little bit more goldy, shimmery, right?
It
was pretty yellow.
Yeah,
I feel like it was a little bit because Timothée's is pastel a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, you do. I feel like if you have a little more melanin in your skin, right, yellow looks a lot better.
And I think Kate she was a good skin tone because if you look at Timothée, he's pretty. I mean, it is just winter, so he ain't been outside.
It is winter.
He ain't been outside in a minute, but you can tell Kate Hudson was like.
She's been at the baseball games.
Yes,
she
exactly.
Was getting ready
she
for
was
her
having
date.
Yes, so she was looking good in the yellow.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to be very strategic. I don't know, but I understand the statement. I appreciate the statement because he wanted to. Because I guess men's fashion can be kind of boring. Like, if you're like a cool dude, you're like, hey, let me flash this thing up here. But because that's how they sound.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's maybe a different.
You could either go Adam Sandler.
Yes.
We're talking about the Oscars, y'all.
Yeah.
In case you haven't caught on yet.
And then sometimes, just like Adam Sandler likes to be like cool and dressed out, maybe Timothée is like, hey, I like a good glam. Glam me up.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Throw some color up in here.
I think I would love to once a year or so to get totally glammed. That would be so fun.
Yeah.
And style.
Remember at my wedding we had our like makeup done?
Yeah.
That was so fun.
Yeah, like we ain't gonna do it all the time, but like if you're like, hey, we're going to the Oscars, shit.
I'll probably still wear tennis shoes under my fancy dress though, because I need my feet to be
You like your tennis? No, I think I would wear sensible, cute, but I don't think they would be tennis shoes. No, if I'm with Oscars, I'd probably wear some heels because I need height.
You need a little height.
I need a little. Unfortunately, not unfortunately. I'm very proud to be 5'3". But I do need a little height. And when I'm going to the grocery store, I do not. But if I'm going to be on the Oscars red carpet,
that's fair.
That's
fair.
Yeah. But also, I don't want to have an embarrassing moment, so make sure they're not too high.
Right.
Just a few inches.
Yeah.
I'm like, did you see Ramelle on the red carpet?
The podcast was there, and Ramelle fell, and Leslie just laughed and then fell too.
They're never going to get invited again.
Leslie just fell out of camaraderie.
They made Denzel spill his wine on them.
Usher tried to help him up, and then they pulled him down.
Terrible.
That sounds bad. Well, what did you think of the Oscars? I did not watch the whole thing.
Well, so you guys know my son, so I did. But I'm glad because I feel like, you know what? I'm glad I have this podcast because my son makes me watch things that I normally wouldn't sit down and watch. I would probably like catch up, but
catch the highlights.
But I think it's good for someone to watch it in full turn. And then when we have a podcast, I think it's very good because I've seen the whole thing. You've seen clips.
Right.
We're good. We'll give all the knowledge in the world.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes. So overall, like, it was okay. The only the production was good. I love Conan. I love Conan. Conan down. Hilarious. All like anytime I mention Conan O'Brien, I'm there. Did I ever tell you that in college I had a boyfriend that was jealous of Conan? Me and Conan. I just love him because I think he's hilarious. But I never look at him that way.
Right?
Like I never like, ooh, Conan. Ooh. Like
we got that.
And like he's not even my type. I don't necessarily have a type, but that's definitely not my type.
Like is it when he does his hip thing?
His little oh my god.
The string.
Yeah, I think that sometimes dudes don't like it when other dudes make you laugh because Conan will make me laugh.
Yeah.
He probably could win me over. Like if I met him and like after a month I'd be like, Leslie Conan's kinda cute. But now he's married and But at some point maybe he could have. But that's like really it. But anyway, he was jealous. And I think that's when I started to learn, like, not all guys, because I had a really good history of boyfriends up until a certain point in college. Like, all my boyfriends were so sweet and nice and just adored me. And I was like, this is fun being a girl in the year 2000, the light. And then I ran into the guy that was jealous, and I was like, oh, all these boys are not the same. Some of them got issues.
Yeah.
It's a little blindsided there, but that's the bad.
That first one that teaches you a lesson like that really does, because you're like, excuse you, sir.
What? I thought all guys were nice.
Yeah. I have been naive.
I should have stayed with my first boyfriend for the rest of my life. What was I thinking? Probably not.
No.
Because otherwise, you gotta learn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so I've always loved Conan. Girl, remember reading in the year 2000? Yes. Oh my God. And that was 25 years ago.
25 years ago.
Isn't that crazy?
That is.
And we were cracking up at Conan 25 years ago, and here he is hosting off.
Conan is funny.
Right?
I remember my grandma had real bad Alzheimer's, and she was like starting to forget us, and she didn't know who I was. And the TV came on, and she goes, "Oh, that's Conan O'Brien and his crazy sidekick Andy." And I was like, you know, Andy, but not me.
That's gonna be me when I'm like 95. I'm like, Conan. Grandma Mill, she don't remember me for shit. She remembers Conan and Beyonce.
I mean,
sorry, grandkids, great grandchildren.
Sorry about y'all.
I'm apologizing in advance. But I think he did a good job. So that was a highlight for me. I think it wasn't like it was boring, like, oh, I'm falling asleep. It was just because like literally no award that I wanted to be won.
Yeah.
Like literally no. I can't think of one more. I think like Wicked won like best production. It wasn't because hair and makeup was substance. That's understandable. I'll allow it. It's fine. But
did you watch Substance?
I did.
I haven't seen it yet.
I did. It was interesting. The movie was good. I mean, it's worth watching. It's kind of gross. The message was good. I was happy. Like I said, I'm so glad that my son makes me watch these things. I wouldn't. Yeah. But I'm glad. And happy to see Demi. I wanted her to win Best Actor. I wanted it to be, if it wasn't going to be Ariana, then I wanted it to be Demi. And I was wrong in both. But we do plan on watching Anora because our spring break is next week, so we're gonna watch Anora.
Nice.
Yeah. But Wicked didn't win Best Picture. Did you see Adrian Brody not very pissed at him?
I saw Halle Berry kiss him because he did that to her when she won.
Well, yes. But no, I'm talking because during his speech, he did, because me, even LJ were like, ooh, like we both said something like that was kind of rude. Because he was, they start playing the music whenever you're giving your speech and they're like, hurry up. And he was like, no, cut it out. He's like, stop. We're not gonna do that. I've been here before.
Oh, he famously got like musicked off the stage.
Yeah, he's like, I've been here before. Like, he very just like, and then he's like, I have some things to say. And then, but the kicker to me is he went on to say, like, he was like, you guys are gonna listen to me. Stop. He's kind of like jerky, and went on to say literally nothing. Like, I was like, me and LJ were like, he didn't say anything.
Listening.
Right. Like, but we're all like, okay, he's going to say something profound, y'all.
Oh, damn, this man has something to say.
Shoot. He's freaking me like, okay, we about to learn some shit. He about to make a difference. He's going to run for president or something. And he did none of those things. Like, he just went on to, like, thank people. And you're like, I thought you were about to say something. Like, so he did all that. And everyone else was like, ooh. So when did all do that, made himself look kind of a jerk and does not say anything. Like, if I think it would have been better if he would have, like, said some like great profound speech. Right. Then he would have been like, all right, Adrian Brody.
That's okay.
Valid. Right. But he said nothing.
Way to use your voice.
Right. That did not happen. And that's so funny that everyone was mad at him because me and LJ were like, oh, that was rude. No, okay.
I've been here before.
Yes.
Rude.
Right? But Anora won literally everything. How do you feel about, Rue? You okay, Rue?
Yeah.
Am I coming?
No, weird.
Okay. All right. Sometimes you gotta listen to the dogs. I don't ever take them for granted. I rarely be like, hush, Johnny. I do be like, hush, Johnny, but I still be looking out the window like, what you barking at?
But what's the alarm?
Right.
Emergency.
Quit all that noise, but what is it? Oh, just people driving by.
Yeah, right.
It's just the busy street. What was I gonna say?
Honora. I don't know what that's about. Honora.
It's about the girl who won Best Actress. I'm sorry, I can't remember her name. She played the like a lady of the night, and I think some boy from like a Russian like really high like billionaire family. They like get married somehow, and like the Russian mob is trying to stop him, and I think it's one of those like crazy Nike type of things, and like fast paced. It was like I don't know, but I've heard it was good. I won Best Picture, so I wanted to watch it last week, but I just
didn't have time.
So me and LJ, hopefully it's appropriate for my son. I don't even like think about that stuff for him anymore. Is that bad? Like I was like, all right, let's watch it. And then sometimes I'm like,
Lady of the Night sounds great.
Right? He's like gonna be 14, but he's so grown that I don't know.
I think it's fine. I don't know.
Right? I'm like, what?
Have y'all seen it?
Right?
Are we gonna be permanently scarred?
And I just don't think
that seems like such an ass whoop to go watch a movie first and then to let your kids watch a movie.
And then it's funny to me because this is how I might be totally wrong, because he watches a lot of like Marvel and there's a lot of violence and stuff, right? So like violent, like sometimes what makes a movie separate between like too bad and bad is not the violence, but it's the sex. And to me, like, why are we making sex seem so much terrible? Like violence is a bad thing. That's the worst thing,
right?
Not the sex. So if it's a difference between like that boy has seen all the violence, he watches The Boys, he watches Marvel, So if it's difference of is it sex?
Usually they just allude to it.
It's right. Like... And then maybe I can, because I have talked to him about sex and being polite and stuff, So I'm just like at this point, because even like I'll suggest it. I'm like, can you watch Honora, baby? He's like, is it appropriate? He's like, Mom, and then I don't like have the energy, so I'll be like,
okay.
I said it.
I don't know. I think that he's at the age now where that could just open up the lines of communication.
Yeah, and no, like that's not how it really. And to be respectful and to save it for someone you love at least. And, at this
Protect
point,
yourself.
Yes, and that boy's so grown,
but not even in that way. Like
right, like he's just like he's not. Yeah. So sorry. Anyway. Please don't write the show and tell me I'm a bad mom, because y'all be writing the show all the time. I wish somebody would like if we got a letter. Where would they even send it to?
I know.
Or maybe an email. Maybe that's what I meant. Email the show.
Someone's like, I'm gonna write a letter.
We would be so excited. We'd be like, girl, somebody wrote a letter.
We would crack up. Be like, we got a letter.
And like read it online, and then we're like, wait, this is bad.
Ramelle, you're not a bad mom for watching a movie.
Oh my gosh.
Hilarious.
But who else? Oh, what do you think about Zoe Saldana? That's a little bit controversial too.
Why? I don't know what happened. So you but I'm feeling.
I was gonna congratulate her.
I thought she did. I don't know. It sounds like her movies. It was wild as fuck.
Yeah, it was a crazy movie. I mean, it's like one thing. Like I guess, like yeah, I'm happy because she's been doing this shit for a long time. So good on you for, But there's just controversy because the movie is controversial. The transgender thing, not the transgender thing. That's not what's controversial. It's the people behind it. The lady the transgender actress has said her tweets have been found, and it was some bad shit. Like some bad, like Nazi stuff.
Oh no!
Because remember when Conan, Conan made a joke about it, and he was talking about her publicist. Yeah,
I heard a joke about Honora, I guess, and he's like,
yes,
about American standing up to a.
Oh, the Russians. Okay, yes, that was a different.
But I didn't hear the other.
He said something like Honora used the F word like 400 times.
Oh,
and he was like more than the publicist for I can't remember her name, Carson something.
Yes. Oh, I didn't know what it was referencing.
Yes, because and then she doesn't help herself. She's one of the people who like, no one listens to Beyonce and just shuts up. She's got to be like, just shut up. And so it's been a controversy, and it was even crazy that she was even there at the Oscars.
Oh, she was there?
Yeah, she was at the Oscars, but she hadn't been to any other awards. Like she hadn't been to they do the whole like Golden Globes, BAFTA, SAG Awards. She hadn't been. I guess she showed up at the Oscars, and people were like, "Ooh, she's here." So that's about a gat girl.
She's not tweeting.
And so that, and then it was in Mexico, and then the director was French. So a lot of people from Mexico don't appreciate the like. It sounded like a Frenchman wrote a Mexican story, and you're like, So it's just a lot of stuff. But it won awards in like best song, and that's quite. I mean, I gotta watch the movie.
Yeah,
I'm very interested.
At this point, I'm intrigued.
Right? The story seems crazy. People are pissed that they won, but I'm like, did it do? I don't know. And the clips that I have seen do make you go, huh? Okay.
Like, is the acting good or no?
It's just weird.
The whole thing is weird.
I've only seen clips of like Zoe Saldana like doing like musical stuff, and the songs are weird. But maybe we need context. That's why I'm like, I'm only seeing clips.
Yeah.
So maybe I need context. And
well, spring break, baby, here we come.
Yes, but LJ was like, absolutely not. That's because LJ didn't already seen it.
Oh, he already watched.
He already watched it. He was like, it's on Netflix.
Oh,
but well. So I'll try to watch it this spring break, but I don't know. We'll and then who else won? Was it Best Picture, Nora? Oh yeah, I wanted Demi to win. I wanted like Wicked to win something. Wicked hardly won anything. We already said that.
I saw the performance of Wicked, and that was really good. But wasn't that at the very, very
beginning?
Yeah.
And so, LJ said maybe they'll win for Wicked too, Mom. And I was like, thanks, baby.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, but my favorite Conan joke so I loved you to see Adam Sandler was there. Mm-hmm. That was so cute. Cute. I'm like, Adam Sandler. And then people were saying because when I do my journalistic research, so I'm making sure I like understand the clip and everything, and I'm reading the comments. Girl, people were saying like, what a great way to stand up against Trump. And they were saying that like Adam Sandler, because he's dressed in blue, that he was representing Ukraine and saying that like Adam Sandler, they were making fun of like standing up to the Elon Musk dress code and dressing however you want. And I was like, what?
Y'all are stretching it.
Right?
No.
Like, way to go, Conan. And I was like, I think it was just
I think Adam Sandler literally showed up wearing whatever the F you wanted to wear.
And I think he did it so you could be like, hey, Adam Sandler. And I don't think even Adam Sandler, he didn't want to sit at the Oscars. He was like, this is a good way for me to leave.
Yeah.
Bye, motherfucker.
You want to do a bit and then I get to be comfortable and leave? Yes. That sounds amazing.
I think that's what, to me. And then him and his buddy Conan, because everybody loves Conan because he's a good friend to have. So he was like, Adam, you want to do this? And they're like, absolutely.
Yeah.
I literally think that's what happened. And it was so cute when he went up to Timothée, Chalamet, just everything. Great.
It was fun. The highlights that I saw were fun. Yes. People looked good.
Yeah. Oh, but then that was my second favorite. My first Conan joke was he said the one about Drake when he was like, well, we're halfway through the show, so now it's time for Kendrick Lamar to make fun of Drake for being a pedophile.
To come out here and call Drake a pedophile.
I don't know why that was so funny to me.
I laughed very hard at that.
I was like, Drake catching strays at the Oscars. He's like, if I was him, I wouldn't even come to America. Don't even go to America. I would never come back. I'd be like, but Donald Trump and all y'all USA people, never.
He's standing behind Trudeau like, and another thing.
Yeah, I would go. But the world is huge. The United States is so small. If you weren't from here, it would be easy not to come here.
Yeah.
It'd probably be like, just stay in Canada, go to Mexico, there's so many great places.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy. So if I was Drake, I would just be like, you know what, America, I'll never come back. Houston, Atlanta, Vega, fuck y'all.
Yeah. Have Kendrick.
Yes.
I'm going over here.
I would be gone. After Conan O'Brien, they made fun of you on the Oscars. Never see my face again, America.
Sorry about y'all.
They'd be like, because they're still Drake fans. They'd be like, Drake, whenever you touring, and I'd be like,
go ahead, Conan. Conan laughing at me.
Girl, I would be hot. So I'm like, y'all come see me in Mexico, Canada. I ain't going there. That'd be the best way for Drake to rebound and stick to it.
Yeah, I mean, instead of he's like suing people and being a little bee.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, you got anything else about the Oscars? I think
I'll just really say the highlights were Conan and Adam Sandler. The Oscar winners were, congratulations to you. Can you imagine what it would be to win an Oscar?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That would be amazing.
I'm really happy for those people. Like, I get teary-eyed sometimes just being like, Yeah,
people who've like worked for her for a long time.
Yes, and an Oscar, the ultimate, even like not even just to be nominated, like for real, just to be nominated for Oscar, but like, if you want a Golden Globe or an Emmy, like amazing. So congratulations on your hard work. Even like the
tops of your field.
The production, because that's what it was. Set production is what Wicked won for. Like stuff like that, set production, and
there's so much that goes into movies that you don't even think about. Yeah, I had a very good friend who was a boom operator and is now a mixer, and I would go on set or like hang out and or talk to her afterwards, and there's just so much that goes into it, and they work really, really hard.
They do.
So good job, you guys.
Good job. You think about editing. Editing is hard too, because like when we think about, we see the end product, but then like when they're filming, it's not filmed like that. Like they're just filming. Sometimes you're just filming shit like, just walk and look sad.
Right.
Okay, now walk and look up. And then the editor has to take all this film and edit a movie.
That's a lot.
That's crazy, right? So now, like when I was really thinking of like editing, that's why you win best Oscars for editing, because here's 3 hours or not even more. Like here's 6 hours of camera footage. Put the story together.
Yeah, make it look nice.
Right. Yeah, be kind of cool too with the way you do it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Here,
am I gonna help me or
and then like really only the actors and the directors get the
glory. Yeah, but it's really so anyway, congratulations to people. Sorry that I didn't root for you, but still kudos to you.
Yes. Good job, you guys.
Yeah.
Well, last week, speaking of Oscar winning actors, last week, as we were recording, they found Gene Hackman and his wife and his dog dead.
That is terrible.
And then Michelle Trachtenberg also.
Yes, she's so young.
Yes.
She was 39, right?
Yes.
Terrible.
And she had just had a liver transplant. And then Angie Stone.
That's really sad. I thought it was because I think she did have some sort of illness or something. I'm not sure. So I thought it was from that, but then I was very shocked to figure out that it was actually a car accident. Like she was on tour. She was
leaving a show.
Yeah. So that's awful to be in the middle tour, and so terrible.
Yeah. I like
that. And then who else? Oh, and Dolly Parton's husband. Oh.
She kept him out of the spotlight all those years.
Yes.
I bet. Yeah, she did. I saw something they'd been together over 60 years.
Wow. And such a like. He must have been a very great person just to, because Dolly's always been so like progressive and ahead of her time. So I'm glad that she was able to find someone that like lets her be her and not try to like, that 60 years ago, like a woman in the South, like you better shut up,
right?
And you're married. So I'm very glad that she was able to find someone that loved her and let her be her.
Yes,
just let her be Dolly, because. If he didn't, then we wouldn't have Dolly.
We wouldn't have Dolly.
Yeah.
She's a national treasure.
A bright light, an extremely bright light.
Yeah.
So, yes. So, thank you, Carl, and rest in peace. And Dolly, chill out.
Yeah. They're trying to stop funding for her free book program.
What? I was like, wait, it's free, but no, for the Republican still need to operate. Okay. Girl, we're not going to talk about this stuff. But tell us more about
Gene Hackman. So that is fascinating.
Yes, tell me. I am excited to hear about this.
So okay, the reports came out. Gene Hackman and his wife found dead, and we were like, oh no, and then we found out his dog too, and all of us assumed it was like a gas leak. Okay, well, as more information is coming out, so Gene Hackman, he had a pacemaker in. And his pacemaker last reported movement 9 days before he was found. So he had been dead for 9 days. And his wife, they found her in a separate room. So Gene Hackman had on his slippers and he had fallen and was dead. And his pacemaker had stopped. Well, they found his wife in a separate room dead with pill bottles and pills everywhere. And saying that their bodies had been like severely decomposed. And the dog died because it was locked in the kennel and couldn't get out. But there was 2 other dogs in the backyard that didn't die. So they did they searched the house and firefighters didn't find any gas leaks except like a small leak in the stove that wouldn't have killed people. You know what I mean? So we're not going to know what happened until autopsy results come back. But they say there's no suspected foul play, but they also say that there was no gas leak. So
what if it was just a really terrible freak accident?
Why would there be pills in it? She was younger. He was 95. She was only 60 something.
I guess the pill, I guess I accept the Gene Hackman falling. Yeah, but her is the whole question.
Yeah.
Maybe she was like, "Oh Lord, he's dead. I can't
take it without him.
Let the dog out first." Shit.
Yeah.
Why you take? Why? I'm sorry. I think that's ugly. If you know you're gonna take your life, let the dog out.
Yeah. But yeah, so far they're saying no gas leak, no suspicious activity suspected. But so yeah, I'm very curious about
yes. Wow. But yes, what did he win his Oscar for? I know you looked at you. He won 2 Oscars, right?
So he won he Best Supporting Actor in 1993 for Unforgiven.
That was a cowboy one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I never saw. I'm not a big. I don't want it because that's Clint Eastwood. Right? I think it's Clint Eastwood. I feel like I don't. Some people get excited about Clint Eastwood flicks, and I am not. I'm like, okay. When I saw what's that movie with the Clint Eastwood? Gran Testa.
Oh, Gran Torino.
Gran Torino. I just heard so much about it, how good it was, and then I think Jesse and I are just we were at the beginning of our dating or whatever, and we went to go see it, and that movie was pretty racist, which is it's fine, because movies are not supposed to be politically correct, so it wasn't about. But we just went with people, not went with people, but people in the theater were laughing at the wrong shit. And we were getting more and more mad as the movie. We were like, "That's not the funny part."
You're racist is showing,
right? And Jesse usually tells me to calm down because I always notice all the things. But even he was like, "What
are you laughing at?"
They were laughing at the white man, getting onto the Asian dude, and me and him were laughing at the Asian dude. Coming back with this stuff, and it felt really uncomfortable. So I think I always associate that movie with. So I need to see it in a different, because at the end he becomes better, But I was just mad at everybody in that theater because I was like, "The hell is wrong with y'all? I don't feel safe in this environment. I should go watch this in the comfort of my own home."
Y'all saw it in the theater? So
yes,
I remember seeing Gene Hackman was in the Birdcage. Did you ever see that?
Yes.
I saw that.
Oh, he was the dad, right?
Yeah, he was the senator.
Yes.
He was so great.
He's been in so much stuff.
And I remember my mom took me to see the Birdcage in the theater, and that came out in the 90s. And we walked out, and she goes, "My mom would have never taken me to see that."
Oh, so provocative.
I just remember thinking it was so hilarious.
Yeah,
Nathan
that was
Lane
a good movie.
And Robin
should
Williams,
watch that again.
And Hank Azaria is the greatness.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. What other Gene Hackman's The Replacements? I adore that movie with Keanu Reeves.
Yes, I had to think about it. Which one was that? Yes.
I love that movie so much. When Keanu Reeves had the 2 big old black dudes and they flipped the car for him, I was like, "That's it. That's all you need in life is 2 big old black dudes that'll flipping cars for you.
You're set.
That's it.
Right.
The man's made it.
Right.
But yeah, Gene Hackman was great in that. Yeah, he was good. What else? Runaway Jury. Do you remember that movie in the 90s?
I remember the name, but I don't think I saw it.
It was good.
Was that a Michael Grisham?
Kind of, yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay. John Grisham.
Yeah.
I'm like
Vince Gill, Johnny Gill.
Yeah. I'm thinking Michael Crichton. Is that right? Am I making? I could.
Yeah.
Be. John Grisham. I should.
Yeah. Okay. Remember Enemy of the State? With Will Smith?
With Will Smith. That was a good one.
That Jack Black was in that too.
Ooh, because that was peak. Yeah, Will Smith.
Yeah, the government spying on you.
That's when we first started to be like, the hell? Or maybe I was a kid, so I was like, "What a crazy movie concept!"
Remember they put the file in the Game Boy, like it's a physical file that gets like.
Right.
I bet it would be really hilarious now.
Right.
And then the Royal Tenenbaums. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that was a crazy. Who directed that?
Wes Anderson.
I think sometime because he directed something. What's that one? I don't know. Is Wes Anderson? He didn't do the. What's the show that I'm watching? White Lotus? Is that him? No.
Does he do?
Or that's something white. I don't think he does it. No.
Wes Anderson did all the movies. Asteroid City, French Dispatch, Grand Budapest, Darjeeling Unlimited, The Life Aquatic, Rushmore, Bottle Rocket, Royal Tenenbaums.
Okay.
I don't know who did.
It's something white, I
White
think.
Lotus.
Michael White. I don't know, girl. Let's see here. That's just the cast. I don't know if he yeah, it's okay. It's not that serious. It's not him. So yeah, Royal Tenenbaums is pretty crazy.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Life Aquatic also.
I never saw that one.
Oh, it's so good. Bill Murray is great in it. He's they go down a tiger. No, it's a leopard shark. Eats his best friend, and he's gonna find that leopard shark.
No,
and because it took his best friend, but Angela Bassett's in it.
Oh, how cute! Nice.
Like the whole gang, the whole Wes Anderson.
The gang's all here.
Yes, the gang's all here. No chip on my shoulder. But yeah, Gene Hackman.
Yes, R.I.P.
I'm curious to find out.
That's crazy. Yes, yeah. So that was a hard week. That's 4 people. Like that's 4, like boom, like heavy hitters.
Yeah, we hadn't even we weren't even done recording when all those days started. Wow. So goodness. Yeah. You got anything else?
No, not on that subject.
Right. Well, what are you into, girl?
Did you guys talk about the boycotts or no?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. Oh yeah, so the boycotts, they're saying they worked, or they're working.
They're working. Yes, it's not just the
it worked. We did it, you guys.
Good job.
Everybody go to Target.
Trump is dead. Sorry. No one. Can you imagine if he really passed away and the amount of TikToks that would be no one wants the wicked. So
from half the country.
Yes.
The other half will not be happy. I don't know. That
I don't even want that to happen.
Not at all.
Because because it might not. Yeah. Just die of natural causes one day.
Yeah. Well. But yeah, so last week on February 28th, we didn't go to Amazon or Costco, or no, not Costco. Costco was fine. Yeah. But we avoided the big box stores. We didn't go to fast food. We used cash. Didn't use our credit card. And they're saying that did make a difference.
Nice.
But did you see the TikTok I sent you of the lady? It was on last Friday. She said, I dropped my son off at practice and I didn't want to go all the way home just to turn around and come back and get him. So I went into Target and she started calling out black people that were shopping at Target. She's like, girl, we is boycotting. What are you doing here? You don't need this stuff. Come on. Put that.
But then was she going there?
No, she solely went in.
Oh, just to go. Oh, okay.
She's like, come on. Get out of here.
That is hilarious.
We are not doing this today. And there was like a lady looking at nail polish and she was like can you imagine being called out like that? Yes. You're like, there are going to be no lines in Target. And then somebody calls in and calls you out on TikTok for shopping on the day you're not supposed to shop.
I did not. I knew I planned. I was I forgot to get gas. That was my only worry. I had it showing and I was like, Lord Jesus, help me.
I did. I would only get a little bit. I was like 10.
I was able to make it back and be okay. I had to wake up immediately and go get gas in the morning, but I was able to do what I had to do.
I do think it's good though Because people are pissed at Target right now. People are really pissed at Target. And I didn't understand really why until I saw somebody explain it in this way. Like, as a cis white woman, like, we thought for a long time we were avoiding Walmart to go to Target because Target was better than Walmart. And then it turns out like
right.
Y'all aren't. And we're over consuming anyways. You don't need dollar stuff as soon as you walk in.
Right.
All that stuff is junk. It's just stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And then for me, because I was explaining, because I have a sorority sister that was like I don't even, because she has had really good positions and like corporations. She's like, but I don't want the position just because I'm a DEI hire. And I'm like, okay, I understand that. But for me, I was like, I can't even think, because that's such a small population that understands like the upper management of corporate America. But for me, it was more like the like a policy that our president put in place, and then all these corporations just bowing to that type. I like the whole corporate and political aspect of it is what I think is dirty and nasty. And like, our current president always says he wants to run the country like a business. And I don't see how you can do that, because it's not a business. It's a country of people, but whatever. And so I just, the separate, like, there should be separation of church and state, but there also should be separation of like church or state and like businesses and corporations, because that's what we're just then the only thing that matters is money.
Well, that's the ultimate thing.
Yeah. It's the bottom line.
It's weird to me to like to give people chances and to do the right thing. Like, you need to be told to do that.
Yeah.
So as soon as someone's like, hey, you don't have to give everybody a chance, they're like, really? Hell yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And like it's just the bottom line is always just the main.
But the thing is that the government works for the people. Capitalism is being run by people wanting to buy your stuff.
Yeah.
Tesla stock has gone down significantly. Costco stock has gone up because they kept their DEI stuff in place. And they're making jokes now about like parking in the Target parking lot to walk to Costco. Like, I mean,
right.
FAFO.
Yeah, so hopefully, there's some more boycotts coming up in the future.
Yeah. I have no problem boycotting Target and Walmart and Amazon. I've done really, really good like doing like thrifting and secondhand. There's so much already out there that you don't really unless like I'm not thrifting underwear and like
for sure.
But like the stuff that you can. And then I don't know, you just don't need.
You just don't need all. At the end of the day, we have a lot of stuff. We do have a lot of stuff.
You never realize how much stuff you have until you start packing.
Yeah, you have to move or something.
Yes, and you're like, why do I have all this stuff?
Whenever I show like homes, I want to say 50s and under, like 1950s and under, those homes either have tiny closets or no closet at all, because we have so much more shit. Yeah. And then nowadays people are like, where's the walk-in closet? Are there two? Like in the master bedroom now, like people have two closets. One for the guy, one for the girl, or whatever. Or for the guy and the guy and the girl and the girl. Who am I? But
we care how you use your closet.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so yeah, we do. We got a lot more shit.
Yeah. You're right. You really don't even need it. And there's so many like local places just trying to make it too.
Yeah.
I did purchase stuff on Friday, but I used cash and I went to my local chicken place. And Quincy lost her mind because I did not get her a McDonald's. She thought
she's gonna be all right.
She was gonna get McDonald's, and then she cried about it. And I'm like, whoever cried about chicken, come on, eat the chicken, girl.
All the 4-year-olds in the world are like, I have.
Yeah.
I've cried. I just cried the other day. Yeah, 20 minutes ago.
I'm about to cry again later about it. Now that you brought it up.
Yeah, that's my mom.
But yeah, I look forward to doing more.
Hopefully some good stuff can happen. And I don't know, hopefully. What do you do? Only thing we can do is try.
Do my little part.
Do your part.
Worry about my little folks.
That's all you can do.
I mean, really.
That's literally all you can do.
Yeah.
And try not to let it upset you too much, because it can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Try to listen to some good music and some good
podcasts, like Woo Woo Woo, the podcast.
Help when you can. Be nice and worry about your family.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's it.
All right.
Don't go to Target if you can. If you can, go to Costco.
There's not even a Target. My closest Target is like 45 minutes away, so I'm not even worried about it.
Yeah.
It's like literally not. I can usually go like Ennis and Terrell or like 30 minutes away, but neither of those have Target, so it's not even a big problem. I haven't been to Target in years, so I wouldn't even worry about y'all.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Now, are you ready for what are you into?
I am.
I forgot we were going to talk about that. All right. What are you into?
Okay. Mine, just real quick, I just wanted to give an update on the Hulu show Paradise, which I do highly recommend. It is, and I've been reading. So if you do start, like, just give it a chance, because they said the first episode was a slow burner for some. It wasn't for me. I got into it. Like, I was like, what?
Okay.
What's going on? But for some people, it is a slow burner. They're like, I get past the first episode, but the first episode, you gotta like introduce people, and
right.
Sometimes but for me, it wasn't. But I just want to warn, like, keep going. And I just want to say that episode 7 was so good. I told my sister this. Like, I was so enthralled. Like, I was on my seat, like this. And then, like, the episode was done, whatever. And I'm not giving any spoilers, but it's kind of like an end of the world type show,
Mm-hmm.
And in one of the first countries to go, I'm not going to tell you how it just goes, was Australia. And there's like, Australia's gone. And I was like, oh no. And I was strolling TikTok and I saw something about Australia. And I was like, I thought that shit was gone. It took me, I was like, oh shit, girl, come back in reality.
2025 is wild, you guys. What the heck?
I literally was like, oh shit, it's okay. Australia's okay, guys.
Y'all, it was just a movie. It's just a show.
But that's how much that I was like so into it. I was enthralled. It took me a second to snap back into reality. So please watch it. The acting is great. The storyline is great. It's kind of different a little bit. I mean, I guess, is anything different to me? It's different. I don't know.
I want to check it out.
I enjoy it. Yes, it's a good. I don't say fun, but definitely watch it. Yeah, good watch. Good times. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
It's on Hulu.
It is.
Okay, then I can watch it.
Yay!
Yay!
And it just got renewed for season 2, but I didn't even think. I thought it was a limited series, or else I might have waited to watch it.
Right.
But, oh well, I'm here now.
Here we are. Go back.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What are you into, sis?
I started a new podcast called the Telepathy Tapes.
Oh, girl!
You thought I started a new podcast with another person?
I was about to be a little. I'm like,
I saw you get so mad. I was like, I did not start recording a new podcast with another person.
And just so you know, if you did start another podcast, I'd be fine. I just don't want to find out live as we're recording. Okay.
I only have the one participate.
Girl, I love you and you can do you. So don't ever be like, Ramelle was going to get mad.
Don't do the reveal like that.
Yes, just something like, girl, I'm going to start a new podcast. I'm like, okay, cool.
Girl, I would soft launch that way farther.
I'm like, Ramelle, let me tell you. Because I'm like,
I would be like, how would you feel if I had another podcast?
Oh my God.
How would that make you feel?
Girl, I'm like, pause it. How do you get it? Leslie, pause it.
Cut. You said what? Okay. So I started listening as a participant and not a creator of another podcast.
Got you. I'll allow it.
Called the Telepathy Tapes.
Okay.
So Cody told me, you have to listen to it. It's life-changing. And, he gets excited about stuff. And so I was like, all right, let's check it out. So I did start listening to it, and I've listened to the first 2 episodes. And it's about basically like these children that are nonverbal autistic are able to communicate telepathically with their mothers. Like they can read their mother's minds and they can see through their mother's eyes. Like they can see their visions. And it's incredibly interesting because a lot of the kids that are like able to communicate telepathically cannot communicate with us, like in a normal sort of way. And so they have them like what are called spellers, and the spellers can like use, words. They can use it's like a Ouija board, kind of like they, go by letter and they spell out stuff.
Okay.
Well, they do all these like experiments about like the kid being in another room or not being able to see, like blindfolded and not be able to see, and the mom is looking at, will open a page of a book and what picture am I looking at, and the kid will type it out. Train. So like it's really really interesting, and from what I understand, like there is a whole community of people that communicate this way, and they call it the Hill, and they all meet at the Hill. But it's just very interesting because I do believe in telepathy. Like I think that you can get. I think you could tune into certain like radio stations, and I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. But I mean, if you focus enough and you turn into a certain like radio station, I don't see why there's any way where I couldn't like communicate with you non-verbally.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I do. Of course that exists. You can feel people's like energy and stuff.
Right.
Like,
especially like your mom's, and you couldn't. That's the only because other senses are heightened.
Yeah. So like, and there was one interesting thing is that one of the kids, he had a very hard time realizing that his mind was separate from his body. He was like, "Oh, I have a body," and his mom was like, "Yeah," and touched his hand. And he was like, "This is your hand," and he was like, "Oh." Like his mind didn't know, his body wasn't working, so why would he be aware of this thing that's around?
Right.
So, anyways, it was really interesting. Apparently, Joe Rogan had this person on, and so they're like blowing up right now. But it is very interesting.
It is interesting.
I mean, I just think it makes sense. Like, surely they're like mother's intuition.
Yeah. Right.
Explain that.
Right.
Explain that.
For sure.
So, anyways, check it out. It's on Spotify, and it's very interesting.
Love it. Thanks, girl.
Yeah, I never get to listen to new stuff.
Right?
So I'm getting to drive a little bit, so having a little bit of me time.
That's nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, that's nice.
So
good for you, friend.
Thanks, girlie. All right. Well, anything else?
No, I'm excited to get into our triple dipper.
All right, our triple dipper this week is our top 3 favorite Oscar-winning pictures of all time.
Yes.
We went back to the beginning.
Yes. So if you have won an Oscar for Best Picture, then you're on the list.
You were,
and you could be a top 3 of ours.
Could be.
Are you?
Ben-Hur did not make my cut.
No.
Sorry.
Sorry.
There's a couple of y'all that
I was like, I can't even think of any. I was trying to think of one that didn't make my cut, but I'm like, I can't remember.
Amadeus was on there. I remember
watching Amadeus back in the day.
I watched it back in the day, but I had it. I had it on a DVD that was you had to flip it. Like it was like one of the earliest DVDs, and it was 2-sided. So for the longest time, I would fall asleep. So I've seen the first half of Amadeus 80 times. I've only seen the end of it like twice. I never stayed awake long enough to flip it.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I'd like to watch it again because I haven't seen it forever. I remember watching it on HBO. I remember the song Amadeus, Amadeus. Was that on the soundtrack, or we just associate that song with it?
I don't know.
It feels very on the nose. Like you usually don't have a song like that in the soundtrack.
Rock me Amadeus.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You know, like can't think of any other soundtrack. Like in Batman, there was a song like Batman,
Purple Rain.
Batman.
I always got irritated at the band Bad Company, where their song was Bad Company till the day I die. Like, why is the name of your song the name of your band? That's
do something else.
Be creative. But anyways, do you have any honorable mentions? I
have one honorable mention.
Okay, what's yours?
My honorable mention is The Departed, and mainly because I haven't seen it in a while, and I remember liking it, but I think I only watched it like once, and I think it was long, and I'll probably need to watch it again. But I remember I liked it, and it's my type of.
That is your type of like.
Yeah.
crime.
Yeah, crime. But I think I just need to watch it again. It's just been a while, so I was like, I'm gonna put it as honorable mention because it was good. That was a good movie.
That was.
Yeah, it's got all the good people. Leo and Robert De Niro's in there, right?
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, yes.
Matt Damon.
Ben Affleck. Was Ben Affleck in there?
Right? No.
Maybe I'm making shit up. It had some good people in there.
It did have a great cast.
But anyway, do you have any?
I do. Birdman with Michael Keaton. Remember that one? It's when he gets a job on Broadway being Birdman, and it's basically like him reprising his role as Batman. But like he kind of lost his grace after he became Batman.
Oh,
it's fun. I thought it was really fun.
It was a good
it won Best Picture.
Oh, and Michael Keaton. Did he win an award for it?
Well, I don't know if he did, but they won Best Picture.
I'm like, good for you, Michael Keaton.
I love Michael
Me
Keaton.
Too.
But yeah, it was really good. It was kind of serious and fun. But it was fun, but a little bit. It was a good one.
So you recommend to go back and watch?
That's
sometimes
one that
some good fun times to go back
because even Michael Keaton.
Yeah, for sure. Because even on some when I was looking back at some of these, I was like, I should watch that.
Yeah,
I want to watch Argo. I've never watched Argo.
I've never seen that either.
So I'd like to see that. There were some that I was like, check that out. Okay.
I never saw Moonlight.
I didn't either. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Remember that year? That was a year where they called the different name.
Yes.
That's bad. And then it was even worse because Moonlight was like a black film. So the black people was not mad.
They were like,
I mean, not mad.
Accident?
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you're like, white people, because I've been trying to not be everything's about race. But sometimes I feel like sometimes white people don't do themselves favor. You're like, I be trying to help y'all out sometimes, but then y'all do stuff like, oh, it was an accident. Y'all ain't never done that in the history of Academy Awards.
Come on.
And the one black film that wins, now you're like, we said the wrong name.
Yeah, so they didn't even get the
glory. Yeah. It was later on, everybody's up on stage and they're like, oh, sorry, Moonlight won.
Yeah. Never mind. Bang.
And Moonlight's like, what? Should we come up on stage and say speeches? No, don't talk.
They're already celebrating. They won it now.
Oscars is over. It's over. Cut the cameras. Commercial. Anyway.
All right. I'm going to go first.
Okay.
All right. My number 3 is Chicago.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I love that. I saw that one in the theater.
Yeah.
We both reach for the gun, both reach for the gun, and then he really gets after it.
I've only seen
Richard
it once.
Gere is like, and here we go, and he starts tap dancing in his little pinstripe suit is pinstriping.
It's fun when you see actors that we know a certain way come out of there. You're like, oh. Maybe that's why Zoe Saldana won. I don't know.
Maybe.
But it is
Catherine Zeta-Jones is so good. We even get Queen Latifah.
And she was on the Oscars. Queen Latifah is such a
I love her.
She's just talented.
She's so beautiful.
She's beautiful, and she's an actress and a rapper and a singer. And I was watching sometimes, because, I told y'all last week, I just got the Hulu. Hulu's new for me. So I'm just having fun just watching stuff that I hadn't seen. And so Living Single is on there. And me and Lovey were watching it, and I was like, and I was telling Lovey how I was like, my favorite is Queen Latifah, and she was like, oh, and it was just fun.
Wow.
I think that was everyone's favorite at the time. We were all like, Khadijah,
hello. I mean, yeah,
and she's gorgeous, and yeah.
Oh, Queen Latifah. But yeah, Chicago, super fun.
Yeah,
love it.
I agree. Okay, my number 3 is Slumdog Millionaire. I love that movie.
I saw it once.
I think I saw it a few times, but I always think of it I reference it, not like a specific line, but sometimes I'll be like, maybe this is your Slumdog Millionaire moment.
Ooh.
When you I specifically make sure I remember facts, weird facts about things, because I'm like, what if it comes in handy like Slumdog Millionaire, and I'm on whatever game show, and I'm like, remember that time that you did this and you did this, and now you specifically remember so that concept.
What if we are the $1 million question is name the 3 members of LSG? You know what I mean,
right? And I'll be like, and it'll be
as long as we don't say Vince Gill, we're good.
Don't say Vince Gill. Don't get too excited. Still be slow. like calm down, because sometimes when you get excited, you will be like, Miss Gill. So make sure we know you know the answer.
You look at me and be like,
breathe. Think about choose your words carefully. Yes. So Slumdog Millionaire is fun, and then I watched the other one, Life of Pi. That was a fun little. That was like my little dabble in Bollywood there for a second. Just those two movies. I was like, those are fun.
Nice.
Good job, India.
All right, my number 2 is Forrest Gump. It has to be Forrest Gump.
It has to be
Forrest Gump. The soundtrack, Tom Hanks.
Mm-hmm. The effects at the time were a big deal.
They were.
Because they were with like John F. Kennedy. Mm-hmm. Was it with Elvis too?
Mm-hmm. No, it was the back of, I feel like, no, it was only part of Elvis. But he taught, remember his legs were in braces. And Elvis was like,
that's what
I like the way you move. Yes. Show me how to do that.
Yeah. So just everything, the way that they.
Sally Field, Robin Wright Penn. Mm-hmm. It was good. I love that movie.
That's a good movie.
What's the guy, who was Lieutenant Dan? Gary Sinise? No.
I think it.
Gary Sinise was the other guy.
Is it? Yeah, you're right. With the blue eye, really pretty blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Lieutenant Dan is
just all of it. Yeah, it is Gary Sinise.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Sally Field.
Who were we thinking of? Greg Kinnear. I was thinking of Greg Kinnear.
Yeah, Greg Kinnear. That's exactly who I was thinking of. Yeah, it's just so good.
Yeah, good movie.
Yeah, it was like, that's a good, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there between the 50s and 70s, but that seems like a good representation of
funny,
like inserting somebody into that.
Funny, light, but then had serious, just like life. Movies like that was about life are very nice.
Yeah.
Because they're like, what do they call, like,
dramedy,
something like that. Yeah, because that's literally what life is.
Yeah.
Then when he got the smiley face, they made it seem like that's where. Like that
shit happens.
Just the ridiculousness of that, because why was his face a perfect smile? And the guy was like,
it's like, hey, you got shit everywhere. Shit happens. So good.
Yes, yeah. Good stuff.
And then Jenny, you were kind of a hoe.
Girl, Jenny was the villain from. I did not like Jenny at no point. When I first saw it, I was like, the fuck?
You didn't feel bad for her when she started throwing her shoes at that house? I did.
I guess that was it, but she should have worked her shit out. I felt like she took advantage of Forrest.
She did.
Yes. So just because you had a messed up child, you need to go to therapy, Jenny.
Well,
I just felt like, kind of pissed at her. Robin Wright, she's a good actress. Sometimes you don't like her. She'd be playing some roles where you'd be like, you little bitch.
See, my first experience with her was in The Princess Bride, so I just.
So you're always like, yay! Like, I think of Jenny, and then I think of Claire on the Kevin Spacey one.
Oh yeah, House of Cards.
House of Cards.
I never watched that.
It's dark. I only finished it because I like felt obligated to, but it will leave you feeling ooky. Don't. If you ain't watch it, don't. It's
I'll
too
watch
dark.
Paradise.
Yeah, that's too much. They were ooky.
All right, what's your number 2, girl?
Girl, my number 2 was Forrest Gump too. Yes,
it's so good.
Yeah, and that's like the only critique I have with Jenny, but like it's not even critique. She's a well written character.
Yeah,
you can't even say like everyone in the movie can't be like. And then she's not all. I appreciate the depth of the characters, because like on the Tyler Perry movie, sometimes you're like, when there's a bad character, like they're so bad, and you're like, no one is all bad all the time.
It's like Dayman, like he has like all dressed in black and he hisses.
Yes, you're like, there's literally no one like that. Like you can't go around life and being like
a little like, stereotypical.
It's just bad. Like you have to have some redeeming qualities, otherwise will have no one around you.
Yeah,
like there's no reason. Yeah, so Jenny did have redeeming qualities, but like ultimately, and I don't even. She was a victim of her circumstances. She was a victim of her circumstances, and she probably didn't look at it as like, I'm going to make, because I think she did love him.
Yeah.
It was just in the way that her life worked that made you be like, damn, Jenny.
You little free spirit.
Yeah.
But then, like,
yeah.
Only because you have somebody safe to come home to.
Right.
Only because Forrest Gump is always there for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And when she realized that later than we wanted to, and then she died, you're like, damn, why you didn't come around? But that's a hard lesson to learn. You do have to be a grown woman.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you're young, and especially when you're a cute blonde girl in the 70s, and all these guys are coming off of
playing
you
your
after
guitar
you,
naked.
yeah, right. And then of course,
singing a song here.
of course you're gonna be like, Forrest, let me party.
Yeah.
But maybe she took it too far. I don't know.
I mean,
maybe
she died.
Yeah.
So
yes. So, but
I always assumed she got AIDS.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the 70s. They were different, and then she didn't know. 70s were different too. Like now we're like, whoa, safe sex.
Yeah. Wrap it up, girl.
right. And we're, she's probably doing all kinds of drugs. And yeah, we're a little bit more. So 70s was different. So maybe we're being. And then she didn't have a good adult peer to learn from. So she was trying to make it. She eventually found it. It was just kind of late.
Yeah.
But great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie. And soundtrack, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. And then Tom Hanks won his Oscar, right?
Did he?
Yeah, I think he did for that one.
Until the day they show me eating a baby, I'm a Tom Hanks fan. Sorry.
You like Tom Hanks.
I love Tom Hanks.
I'm tired of these conspiracy theorists trying to ruin our joy.
I mean, Tom Hanks? I never in a million. Never in a million.
And the things that they say is so preposterous that you're like, and there was one day where I was like, let me just enjoy my life. Just enjoy your life. Why you have to defend that Tom Hanks don't eat babies? That's a ridiculous sentence.
This is how y'all get us. That's how y'all get us. Y'all have us out here saying crazy things. Tom Hanks doesn't eat babies. And then they're like, look how nuts they sound.
Right? And look how, So you just watched Forrest Gump and Big and every other Turner million. Yes.
And Joe versus the Volcano.
Girl, you could go on and on and
I mean, we're watching The Burbs, Splash.
Girl, I can't think of one, but I see them. I just can't think of them, the names. I'm like, the one with Wilson.
Oh, Castaway.
Yes. All of them. There's so many.
Give that man seafood after he got off a damn island. Makes me so mad.
Steak, please.
So mad. Yeah. All right, you ready for my number one?
Yes, let me hear number one, girl.
The Departed.
Yay!
I loved that movie.
I just don't remember. I'm sure I do.
So Matt Damon was in the police force, but he was crooked.
He was crooked
with Jack Nicholson.
Okay.
Because they grew up together. Jack Nicholson, Matt Damon's character, grew up in the neighborhood with Jack Nicholson.
Okay.
And so he got into the academy to be an inside person.
Oh.
And then Leonardo DiCaprio's character, he got into the academy because he wanted to make a difference. But like, I felt something happened and he got kicked out, but then they let him back in, but then he had to be undercover. So he was a cop, but he was undercover too. And he found out that Matt Damon was working. Sorry, I got excited. Was working with Jack Nicholson, and then Matt Damon finds out that Leo knows, and then they're both with that one psychologist lady. And then when she like grabs Leonardo DiCaprio's hair, because he's been undercover for like so long, when she grabs him by the hair, I'm like, that is so, like, I don't know, that is so intimate to me for some reason. I'm like, that man needed that. And like, I'm not surprised that he wanted to smash after that.
Right.
But then it's just so good.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it again.
So good.
Watch it again to refresh my memory. But I knew it was good. So I was like, you go honorable mention. I just can't remember why. But you go, okay, got it. Yeah, totally up my alley too. And I love watching those movies like that because you get different pieces every time. Like for Goodfellas, I was still like learning stuff the 8 billionth time. I was like, oh, that's what he meant by that. Because they're so like that you can catch like the small subtleties, like their dialogue and stuff that they catch.
Yeah, and they're all great. Those are all really good actors.
Yeah.
I don't remember Ben Affleck being in
Maybe
it.
I just put him there. Maybe I'm thinking of Argon. He was in Argon.
What? Argo.
I'm like,
Argon is like the
cast
stuff.
or something. Oh, okay.
Or is that Calgon?
Yeah. No. You're right. I think you're right. Yeah. So yeah, Argo. He was in Argo.
And he directed it.
Yes. Ben Affleck is very talented, even though he's kind of a jerk. What's he doing? He was like, he go ahead and lead the country with Drake. Him and Drake.
You don't need to go. It's sit in your house. You're fine.
Just chill. Oh, he has kids here though.
Yeah. Chill. Just chill here. All right. What's your number one?
My number one is No Country for Old Men. That was that was my favorite Coen Brothers movie. I think that movie, it's so good, but it's so hard to watch something. Not hard, but my heart still pumps watching it. Like my heart's like boom, 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 boom.
I think I've only seen it the once. I don't know, maybe twice.
It's very good. I think, and I love like the choices that they made because I love a good soundtrack and music. I think that adds so much, but the fact that they chose not to do it,
nothing.
That made the movie 10 times better.
That's Josh Brolin.
Yes, and Tommy Lee Jones. Those are the only big ones that I can think of in there. But yes.
Javier.
Oh,
yeah.
Because I think he won. I don't know if he won, but I think he won that year.
That haircut alone.
Girl, he was a psychopath.
And he makes that old man choose the coin in the gas station.
Woo. Child.
If you just put it in your pocket, then it's just a coin. That is the craziest thing. What?
Girl, and there was not that much dialogue in that movie.
No.
It was just people running and people chasing. And then Tommy Lee trying to figure out what the hell's going on. But running, at some point, I would have been like, the money, I would have left the money in place. The money is here. I can't live like this.
I don't want it anymore. It's not worth it.
Or I think if I found like a bag full of money, I don't think I would take the bag. I think I would take like a stack. Because if you found a bag full of money, there's a tracker or tracer. Come on. Watch a freaking movie, why don't you? You know? Yeah. But let me just take a few stacks and leave the money. So hopefully nobody be trying to come after me for just like a few stacks.
Right. Be like, damn, there's a little bit missing. We'll let it go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we're over here like,
but those few stacks will really help us out though.
Right?
You know?
That's what it means not to be greedy.
Right. Like I don't want to I said, read a freaking comic book, okay? Like right? I know I've seen Javier chase after Josh Brolin in the desert of Texas, and I want to know parts of that.
And I don't want him part of that.
There's something in this bag that probably is
take a peek.
Yeah.
Grab you a little bit, maybe.
And then go through the stack. Because there could be trackers in each stack.
Yeah.
Too. So go through the stack, make sure there's some ink, whatever. And then you got to sit on it, because then how you going to deposit it? What you going to do? So you still got to think about it. You can't just you got to really strategically think of what you're going to do with that stack of cash.
Yeah.
But so just take one stack, because.
Maybe two.
Yeah. Because you got to think about it. How am I going to deposit this? Can I deposit it? Do I just use this? What do I do? Should I, there's so many things. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you would do.
People who say that pop culture is a waste of time is ridiculous, because this is a learning experience right here. They do it for you. They do
exactly. Because you can't go remember Leslie, you and I talking about when people buy a house with cash, and you're like, oh, so they don't go to the title company with the no, they do not go to the title company, because the houses are they're your property, but the government knows you live in that damn house. The government knows. So any kind of cash, the government's like, well, where you get this from?
Yeah.
Just so
you need to tax it multiple times.
Yes. Whenever you apply for mortgages and stuff, and you're in the process of closing on a home, the main thing is, especially if it's a government loan or any loan, they're looking at they have access to your bank account. They're looking at it and they're asking you. So if you have weird deposits that are girl, even if it's $30, they're like, where does $30 come from? They want to know everything. If especially government loans like FHA, those are government-backed loans. The government is like, where the fuck did this money come from? So you cannot make any weird deposits. Deposits can only be from your job, your whatever, something. It has to be traceable. So you can't just go and deposit it. And I've had a Hispanic people who want to buy land. Mm-hmm. I've run into that problem before. No, I haven't, because I would know better. I had to tell this other agent, because she was like, Ramelle, they have the cash under their bed. And I'm like, bro, but what are you going to do? How are they going to deposit that? Yeah. You can't, they're going to know. And, I'm not trying to be ugly, but those are day workers. Mm-hmm. So they have a shit ton of cash, but they're not getting a tax. They didn't pay taxes on that money. They're so they want to buy land, but you're like, no, there's no way to do it. She went under contract with them, and I was like, there's no, I can't think of a way unless they slowly deposit it, but how long is that going to take?
Right.
You have to have a source of that income. So so before y'all go and deposit that money that y'all found in the desert, come talk to me and Leslie, and we'll walk you through it.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
For a tiny, small little cut.
Yeah. Because there has to be something.
We'll figure out a way.
We'll figure it out, but just don't willy-nilly go and be like, I like to purchase a house.
With this cash from my bed.
Yes. No. Girl, I don't know what you would do.
I don't know.
That's why laundering comes into play. That's why money laundering is the thing.
Yeah.
Because you gotta own I guess you buy a laundromat and the money from that. I don't freaking know.
Oh, I do want to get a laundromat and
I do want to get a laundromat.
Coin machine.
And
like a vending machine.
Yes, I do. I agree.
That's what we would do. We would invest.
Yeah, I guess you just can go buy. Yeah, you'd have to invest it. Maybe you just go buy some vending machines in cash. You just couldn't use.
Don't come asking us questions if we all of a sudden have a.
Maybe keep like. Machine. So a stack. So say that stack is 10 G's, right? All right. So take that little. Maybe take 1,000 in cash so you can. Let's go eat. Shopping, let's go shopping. Let's ball out because we done got. And then let's research. And then you got to use the rest, and you got to make that. You got to put it in
a cycle.
You've got it. You've got to. And vending machines would be an excellent way.
See, you heard it here. All right, that's it. Show's over. What else?
Oh my God.
That's it. All right. I am Leslie.
And I'm your girl, Ramelle, the Realtor. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Yep. And follow the podcast on the same. And you can watch us on Spotify and YouTube.
Yay.
All right. Well, I'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Girl, what if we manifested $500,000?
That'd be. Woo woo woo.